Hi. So today is April the 16th, 2019. And today is day 4. Well, let's start here. I had my retrieval on the 12th. This was this past Friday, April the 12th. And we arrived there. I have some clips I'll try to insert along the video as well. But we arrived there that morning. We were the only ones there, from what I could tell. We went back. Now, surprisingly, there was a completely different doctor that did the egg retrieval. Now, this doctor is a more seasoned doctor, and he's actually one of the more popular doctors um, that has the best results. So he does all of the retrievals, and so the doctor that I've been seeing, he just opened up this office so he can see patients locally here, and so we had to drive about an hour and a half to the actual clinic to have the procedure completed. So we went in, and the staff was just very nice, and the doctor was very nice, because he and the other doctor are partners. And so I talked to the doctor a bit, talked to the nurse. She was telling me a story about her husband, because I was telling a story about how long my husband took to provide his sample during the last IUI, and he did another semen analysis before we did the egg retrieval, and he took about 45 minutes as well. And so I was just joking to her about that, and she said that her husband went through something very similar, her last IUI. And I said, "Oh, did the IUI work?" And she said, "No, it didn't work. We moved on to IVF." And she said that she has some babies as a result of IVF. So that was good to hear. Like, I've noticed like a lot of the nurses and a lot of the staff have gone through their own fertility issues. Um, but so we did they gave me the anesthesia, and I always try to fight it. So I tried to fight it again just because. And the nurse said I fell asleep talking about my husband. But so they were able to retrieve 18 eggs that day. Um, and then that's all I got that day. So that day is considered day 0. So the only information I knew that day of day 0 was they retrieved 18 eggs. And my husband was actually able to view the process of them putting the eggs on the screen. He took photos of the 18 eggs. If I have those photos, I'll place them in here as well, around here somewhere. But he was able to take photos. The embryologist was in there, and she was like, it was kind of like how, back in the day where you could see the all of the babies through the glass window, and in the hospital. So this one was like a glass window, and you could see the embryologist working. Like, my husband could see the embryologist working. And I thought that was neat. So he was kind of there, like, like a dad taking pictures of his baby being born through the glass window. But he was actually taking pictures of the eggs. So that was neat. And so he came back, he gave me a report. He was able to show me pictures of the eggs that he saw. And he's the one that told me, my husband told me there were 18 eggs. So we left that day. As soon as we left, we went to get something to eat. I didn't feel that bad. I still feel kind of bloated. That's really it. Had a little bit of spotting. Um, and yeah, that spotting, I was going to tell you, the spotting lasted for only 2 days. So after 2 days, it was gone. Um, yeah, so we went to eat. I came back. They prescribed me some medication, like some narcotics, but I didn't take them. I didn't actually take anything. I didn't take Tylenol. I didn't take anything. I just went back. I had some Gatorade though, because um, I did research the importance of staying hydrated and replenishing, you know, stuff. And so it kind of worked because, a lot of constipation and stuff can lead from egg retrieval. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Now let's talk about the embryos. Um, well, actually, no. Let's talk about the retrieval. Let's finish the retrieval, then we'll go to the embryo updates. So after the retrieval, I didn't have really any pain. That next day, I had some errands to run. I went to an event, and everything was good. I was kind of back to normal. Still a little bloating. I had frequent urination, so I had to pee a lot. And I did have a bowel movement the next day. And so today being 5 days, well, the fifth day after the retrieval, um, last night was extreme constipation. And I did have to take a laxative. And I think it was just like after the retrieval, I had kind of gave myself this strict diet before the retrieval, just trying to reduce sugar, dairy. It was just for a short period of time. Literally, like the time I found out that I was doing it, so it was probably like 3 weeks. So, and so when they took the eggs out, I was like, okay, well, I need some ice cream, I need some pizza, I need a lot of bad stuff. So I ate a lot of bad stuff, and it just wasn't a good idea because I just had extreme constipation and last night. But other than that, everything else seemed to be okay. I have no discomfort now. So my retrieval was on the 12th, and today's the 16th. So that's 4 days later, and I have no discomfort whatsoever. No pain in my abdomen. Seems like the bloating has gone down. I was able to even, do some crunches the other day. Um, yeah, so I think I'm back to normal. But now my embryo update. I know this is a long video, but it's just really to document the process. So I had 18 eggs. Then the next day, so my clinic, they're able to use a device that keeps the culture of the embryos um, in a box, I guess, so they don't have to open it. But they do have a camera that's constantly taking photos every 20 minutes of the embryos. So the doctor did tell me if I could get a photo every day of my embryos. So far I have gotten a photo every day of my embryos. And so the first day, I got a call that morning saying that of the 18 eggs, 11 of them were mature, and we did do ICSI. So, and of the 11 eggs that were mature, they were all ICSI'd, and 9 of them fertilized normal. And um, so that was my day one update. So that's technically the day after retrieval. That's what counts as day one. And of course, I just send a little text message, and I'm going to try to insert these photos, but I'm not sure if you want to see, but I'm going to show you anyway. So this was my day one photo that they sent me. Let's get close here. Yeah, you can see, kind of. And the ones in red are the ones that they didn't fertilize normally. And so this is day one. You can already see that a few of them have already started to divide there. So I was really excited, and I've done my research, of course. So that was my day one. And I really, really love my clinic for that because I was able to get my update that morning. I got photos that evening. So I'm sure this was a little more progression than the embryologist had given me that morning around 10 o'clock. And I got these photos around 5 p.m. And that was on a Saturday. So they gave me the photos on a Saturday as well. It's just like a number I text, and they send me a photo. So I think it's so awesome because it just relieves so much stress. So the next day, which will be day 2, and day 2 they called me a little later, and that was like a really long wait in the morning. So for day 2, they called me around noon, and she informed me that at that time I had still had 9 embryos left. Of the 9 of them, five of them were of like good quality, like, you know, excellent quality, she said. And then she gave me like the other, well, it was one of them that was slightly ahead for day 2, but she said it was graded with a poor quality. And then the remaining were a little behind, I think, as well, and they were also graded with poor quality. But and the photo, I didn't get an explanation of what this color here. You'll see here, there's a purple. He didn't tell me what they were, but I would assume those were the ones that they're looking out for. And this is day 2. You can see that especially the ones in purple have already started to divide, and the ones in red, of course, those are the ones that did not fertilize normally. They fertilized abnormally. And those will be on the other slide too. I don't know if they removed them from the other slide, the other picture, but I'm going to show you in just a minute. But these are my day 2 embryos. Look at my little babies. And you know, the weird part is I feel like they're still inside of me. Like, even though they're not, like, I just feel like they're still inside of me. And I think it's just, I don't know, it's just being a woman maybe, because I feel like they're still a part of me at this, excuse me, at this moment. And so yeah, so my husband and I were pretty, she also told us, you know, so they were still looking at about 7 of them, you know, to kind of be like pretty good. So, because I asked her, I was like, what does that mean? Like, so is there still 9? Because I didn't know how it works. I thought they just fall off like as the day goes. But I guess my clinic, as long as they're still growing, they just keep looking at them. And so all 9 of them were still growing. But 7 of them, she said, were kind of ideal so far. And then so the next day, which is day 3, day 3 for the growth, she called me, and it was actually about 1 o'clock. And so it got later. And so that was yesterday. So for day 3 update, of course, there were still 9 growing. And 3 of them, I wrote this down, 1 second. So I don't do a lot of editing. I just do minimum editing, but I'm going to try to put that video in here. But 3 of them, so at day 3, she explained to me that they're looking for an 8-cell count. And so 3 of them had an 8-cell count, and they were graded with great. And 2 of them were slightly ahead with 9 cells, and they were a medium grade. And 3 of them were a little behind at 7 cells, and they had a medium grade. And one of them was also behind with 5 cells at a medium grade. So she didn't say anything about poor this time. So maybe, she, I don't know. Maybe she was just explaining. On day 2, she was saying poor. I think for about, what did I say? About 3 of them. But this time around, when she gave me the update, she just said medium grade. So I'm going to show you those photos as well for day 3. And these are my day 3. And of course, my assumption is that the purple means those are the ones that they're really closely watching. And I hopefully you can see everything here. But yeah, those are my little embryos. And so all of them are still dividing. You see a little of them, some of them do have some fragmentation going on. And of course, the red circles are the ones that did not fertilize. I don't know what happened to them, or they took them out, or they absorbed or whatever. But the dish looks empty to me. So, yeah. So, yeah, those are my embryos with embryos. That's what they look like at day 3. So, and after speaking with her yesterday, she told me that I won't get an update for day 4. So it's going to be a very long day. And I'm debating whether I want to ask for a photo or not. But I think it's neat that I have a day 1 photo, day 2 photo, day 3 photo. And because they said nothing really happens on day 4. But I kind of want to get a photo of them. Just because I feel like, sorry, I was offering a piece of candy. But I feel like they're my little babies. And so my husband and I are excited. Even though I'm 31, I'll be 32 next month. And for this, my AMH is maybe a little below average of what it should be. Because I think I had a 1.34 back in the fall. And yeah. But that's my progress so far. So when I come back to you, we'll have a day 5 update, and we'll see how many we were able to freeze, because we are doing a freeze all cycle. For this whole process, my husband has been a supporter. I'm telling you, he's a real MVP. I joke with him, I tell him that. And because I talked to him, and I was a little disappointed because there are women out there that get so many embryos, so many eggs. So when I found out we had 18, only 11 of them were mature and 9 of them fertilized, I was a little worried, but worried about something that I have no control over at this point. And so he explained to me, he said, well, if the Lord blesses us with only 1 embryo that makes it, we'll be blessed. Just to even go through this experience, we're blessed. And so that's what I'm grateful for, the experience, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to, go through IVF, because a lot of people can't, or, it's just not an option for them. So it's been a long time coming, but we're on this road, and they're about to be frozen, and the doctor says see you in about 4 weeks. So, I mean, that's a little sooner than I thought, but I think it's just a little fear. But I'm gonna, get rid of that fear with having faith. So, but I'll come back tomorrow, or not too far after tomorrow, with the 5-day update. This video has been one of the longer videos, but I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.